All right. There we go. Let's see. Marcus. Marcus, I didn't know you changed your thing to Marcus and Elvis Productions. That is very cool. Although you don't have your YouTube channel anymore. It was disappointing to me because I thought you had a great YouTube channel. So I was like, Marcus, it's just you and me so far. So, oh, thought I lost you there for a minute. So yeah, well, I am not in my regular spot. I'm upstairs in my master bedroom, and like I said, this is not where I wanted to be. I wanted to do this, wanted to do this in my area where a lot of my records and my turntable and everything is, and but my nephew wasn't feeling well. He had a really bad headache, so he stayed home from school. So I was asked if I could kind of keep him here for a while to hang with me. So um, I'm kind of a snob. So I'm snobbish when it comes to my whatever I do. I like to have my own space, my own quiet area to do it in, and did feel like I could have that. So I'm up here. I have a ton of records across the way, and I'm actually going to do a live seal to reveal here momentarily. But that's why I'm up here. I wanted to spin some tunes. Takes if you guys had something you wanted to hear, play that for you. But wasn't meant to be, so we will still enjoy it. Kid Galahad FTD LP. Marcus said he's listening to Kid Galahad. One of my favorite. I think it's an awesome cover. But so yeah, we're just gonna just wing it. Take questions, talk about whatever you want to talk about. Once we get a little bit bigger audience, I'll show you what I'm going to open. I don't know what this is. I'm thinking this, I'm pretty sure it's a UK pressing, but it's this album. It's kind of unique. It's in a, it always seems when I'm on making videos, but it's in a plastic, kind of like a plastic container. I'm thinking this is, I want to guess, I want to say it's the green RCA UK label. So we'll open it here momentarily and we will see what label is inside. We're going to do that in just a little bit. So what is going on in the Elvis world? The holidays kind of had me a little foggy. I swear, like, I'm having a hard time recovering from the holidays. It was very busy, as I'm sure many of you had the same issue. We were around family probably 5-6 different times in the course of about a week, maybe 8 or 9 days. So my head's still spinning. My wife just went back to work. My girls just went back to school yesterday. Just appointments and hey, Paul, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining in. But yes, I'm having a hard time like getting into the flow. Marcus says, I ordered the Memphis, Louisiana FTD set. Did you? Hey, Amanda, how are you? Thank you for joining in. I have not ordered that. I swear, every time I need to talk, whether it's work related and I have to talk to a customer or I get on to do these, it's like it's like a voodoo doll for my throat. Like I always get like, not congested, but I have a hard time getting my throat clear. It's very annoying. But I swear it happens every time I start talking. I have kind of backed off. I've taken my foot off the throttle, so to speak, when it comes to buying a lot of Elvis vinyl. I'm buying a lot of vinyl from other artists. Horse throat. Yeah, Marcus, definitely. I'm still getting some Elvis vinyl here and there. I got one just the other day. It was the first one I had gotten in probably a month and a half. But I was going through, I was moving some vinyl around. I was switching out some Christmas albums I had downstairs. There we go. Up to the room up here where I got, in this corner of the room, I got a big area with all my Elvis, albums and some of my other artists that I have. Man, I thought I had brought something up here to drink, but I guess I did not. Um, but I lost my train of thought. Oh, I was kind of switching out some vinyl for some other things. This is one of those albums that I found stored away, and I just switched some stuff up. Added a lot of my original press LPs, some of my really nice ones, and I didn't realize like I have so, and I can't. I don't know if any of you ever do this, but are you ever looking through your collection and you completely forget that you actually had something and you almost bought it? I've probably done that 3 or 4 times just in the last 2 months. I'll almost buy something or I'll go back and check and lo and behold, I have it. Or I've had it for months and didn't realize I had it. I did that the other day. There was an album. I had no, in fact, this one was even weirder because I had it and I pulled it out. I'm like, I don't remember buying it. I don't remember having it in my collection. It was an Elvis record, but I can't remember now at the top of my head what record it was, but I've seen it on eBay. Almost bought it a couple times. I was both the boy you dare had her for you, sir. Yeah, Paul Lichter. We got the news. I saw it on Facebook about 4 days ago that he had passed. I didn't even realize he was sick. Of course, you know when somebody has a terminal illness, usually they keep that quiet. But he was an acquaintance of Elvis. I don't know how close the two of them were. I imagine, you know, they knew each other pretty well. He also had an online store called Elvis Unique. I bought doubles before, but only because I thought my other was in bad. I got the new one home, and my original was in better condition. That's a good one, Amanda. That I have not done. But yeah, I just forget that I have things. In fact, I'll tell you a funny story real quick. And I'm going to get back to your Paul Lichter question, Paul. Um, speaking of other non Elvis vinyl, I bought a good buddy of mine. I'm a little bit older than him. We went to school together. I've been friends with him for almost 4 years. For Christmas, I bought him the ZZ Top Eliminator album from Walmart. It's on yellow vinyl, really cool. If you ever buy any Walmart vinyl, it's very well made. It's good quality stuff. Sounds fantastic. So long and behold, and I don't remember doing it. I'm not going to see now. I swear. I buy a lot. And apparently, I bought a copy of Eliminator by ZZ Top, same yellow vinyl from Walmart for myself. So about a week ago, I went on Walmart, had to buy a couple other things, saw the Eliminator. I'm like, you know what? I want to buy it. And then like 3 days later, I'm going through my vinyl and there it was on my shelf. I'm like, you've got to be flipping kidding me. Not a big deal. It's actually coming in the mail today. I got an alert that it's being delivered. So I'll just take it back to Walmart when I go back there for whatever I need. And I'll just get a store credit for it and buy something else. No biggie, but it's just funny that, you know, like I said, I backed way off on buying Elvis vinyl just because I have so much. But what I'm doing is I've been really focusing hard on collecting the FTD CD sets. And I'm up to about 80, close to 90 now. So I'm about halfway there, maybe a little bit more than halfway there. In fact, I have a couple coming today, as a matter of fact. So it's building all the time, but I've really been focusing hard on that. But to get back to your Paul Lichter question, yeah, he had a website called elvisunique.com. And I bought a number of things from Paul over the last few years. He had some really good stuff that he had collected, knowing Elvis. I think he even had some, hey, Stefano, how you doing? Thanks for joining in. But he had like Elvis worn shirts. He had a lot of menus from Vegas and Lake Tahoe. Ads like the banners that they had in at the International. He had a lot of really unique stuff. The funny thing about his site, he had a lot of records, original press records that were sealed. Hey, Kerry David, thanks for joining in, buddy. But he had a lot of first press. Stefano, I'm doing very good. Thank you. My hoarseness is going away. Thank you. Fingers crossed. But with his site, it's funny. I found some of his stuff very reasonably priced, and I found some of his stuff over the top, ridiculously high priced. That was just my experience with him. I bought a number of things from him. He always shipped them out pretty promptly. He always sent everything expedited, which got charged you a little bit more, like 3 times more as far as the shipping. I think shipping for his stuff was like, no matter what you bought, even if you bought like a CD, I think the shipping for it was like $12 to $14. But I think he was located in Las Vegas. Amanda said, I'm trying to figure out the difference. So Amanda, great question. um, the the legacy, I like the legacy. Today is Sam Fell's birthday. I did not know that, Gary. I did not know that. The cool thing about the FTDs, and you've probably heard this, Amanda, before. The Follow That Dream label was created, and I'm probably paraphrasing some. It was created for what they call the Serious Elvis Collector. And what that means is what they did is they went in the vaults. RCA went into the vaults, and the soundtracks. Mostly, they started out with a lot of the soundtracks. What they would do is they would pull songs that, because they recorded everything. I think everything from like 1960 on. They had all the alternate takes. Everything was recorded. Everything, the studio chatter, everything was recorded, but it had never been released. Here and there, during Elvis's lifetime, this was on a couple of repackaged things. I think the series. What was the series? Legendary Performer. There was a few of them on the Legendary Performers from Volume 1, 2, and 3. And I think 3 was 3 the last one before he died. I think it was. And then Volume 4 came out later. Either Volume 1 and 2 was before he died, and 3 came out shortly after he died, or 3 came out right before he died. One of you, somebody out there can correct me on that. Let me know if I'm right on that. But there were a few alternate tracks on those. But other than that, that was the extent of all this unreleased stuff. And it was just huge amounts that this label. So they created this label, Follow That Dream. And if you look at a lot of the early FTD releases from 1999 into 2000, most of them were the studio things. And then you started hearing about soundboards, and RCA was able to get a hold of a lot of these soundboards, concerts that had never been available before. And most of them are really good. I have a number of them. But if you get like the movie soundtracks, especially, there's a few of them from FTD on the CDs that are spectacular. Blue Hawaii came out, of course, the album. And 2009 is when they started releasing vinyl. And to date, I think there's 44 FTD vinyls that have been released. But Blue Hawaii was the first vinyl, but they also released a 2 CD set. And I got it way back when. And it is, if you like Blue Hawaii, it is spectacular. Stefano, I agree. The books are fantastic too. Now, I have a little bit of a complaint. The early books, the first few years that FTD released the books, they were thin. They weren't as well, not even close to it being as well made as they are now. The books that have come out in the last probably 7-8 years are fantastic. I implore you, if any of you can get your hands on any of the FTD books, you see it for a good price, pick it up, because they are very well done. Just in the last week, I got get everything in there. I think it's called From Memphis to Hollywood. It's the second book, because they came out. Man, they are expensive. I will tell you, and I've said this before in my videos. If you are wanting to collect Elvis, if you're going, I probably divulge quite a bit, Amanda. I'm sorry. I tend to go off on a tangent. I try to be a very try to give a good explanation and be as thorough as I can be. But the FTD books are spectacular. But yeah, Amanda, I've said before, if you're on a very tight budget, collecting Elvis is probably, you'll be able to get some things, but I spend far more than what I should. And I've tried to relax it, but it's almost like an addiction. I think all of you that are collecting Elvis out there can agree. It is very addicting, because you get one, you're like, ooh, I'd like to have this. Then you get that. So especially these last 2 weeks, I have gone off the freaking charts getting stuff. And like I said, I've been really steamrolling through these FTD CDs to get them. I've gotten some really rare ones that have been hard to find. And I've gotten them at pretty decent prices. There's some that, go for crazy prices, and I've gotten them for a real decent deal. Because what I do, I'm sorry, hopefully, I say hopefully because it'll only benefit you. If I see something I like, I don't pay exactly what they say. Almost every single scenario, if I have a way to contact them, I'll let them know that I'm interested in their item, but would they be willing to take an offer, or send me an offer if it's on eBay, or if it's through something through Discogs. Like, I will not waste a second in reaching out and saying, look, I'm very much interested in this record or this CD or whatever. Would you be willing to sell to me for this much? Now, I'm very respectful. I don't insult them and give them a low ball offer. I've had that happen to me, and it kind of bugs me or rubs me the wrong way, because I have something of value. You want it, so don't lowball me. And I've had tons of people when I was selling long ago. That's what happened. You order the news. Hold on, let me get back to that comment. I didn't quite catch that. Stefano, you order the new. Are you saying the new FTDs that are come out, Stefano? Um, but yeah, I hardly ever pay full price for anything, because I'm trying to get the best value and get what I want. And here's my thing: I'm paying you money, so you have something of value. I have something of value too, though. Stefano, no, I have not gotten the last few releases. There's the Las Vegas 71 3D set. I haven't gotten that yet. I will be getting it hopefully in the next few weeks. I have not gotten the new Birmingham, Memphis, whatever that 4 CD set is. I haven't gotten that just came out a week or so ago. So I now have over 60 FTDs, no vinyls, but I only get the ones I really want. So yeah, I kind of went into that too, Paul. I kind of went into it like, I'm only going to buy the FTD CDs that I really want. But I'm finding the more I get them, I'm finding I'm liking more of them than I thought that I originally would have. Like, if you would have told me a month ago if I would have picked up, certain soundboards, I probably would have told you, no, I'm not going to get them. I want to concentrate on the soundtracks and go from there. The nice thing about most of the FTD CDs is most of them are double CDs. So if you get a soundtrack like Blue Hawaii, or you get GI Blues, or Cafe Europa, which is the second volume, there's always 2 CDs most of the time with them. Amanda, my partner says, yeah, stop now. That's funny, Paul. Amanda, I will tell you, that is a fantastic set. Amanda said she really wants to get Prince from Another Planet. Yeah, that is also a legacy release, I do believe. I bought it when it came out. So I bought it back in, I want to say 2013. So it's got a remastered. So man, I'll give you a quick rundown of it. So it has a remastered show of The Afternoon in the Garden show, which I have said before on this channel, and I was just talking to my friend Marcus about it the other day. Of all of Elvis's live recordings, The Afternoon in the Garden. What do you think of the best? So Tony's asking. Good to see you too, Tony. I have not heard the Live in Boston from Memphis recording service. I'm holding out. I think somebody told me that the FTD CD of it is just as good, and because I am collecting now the FTD, I want to get the full collection. I'll probably get that, and if I like it enough, I'll get it on probably the vinyl. But Amanda, I was telling you that they've remastered the shows. It's got, of course, the one that was released on June 10th for Elvis's recorded at Madison Square Garden. And then the third disc is a DVD. It's got the full, or at least most of the press conference at the Hilton Hotel on the 9th of June with his dad and the press. No, I agree with you, Kerry David. Some of them are so overpriced. This is Elvis. I've seen go for over $200. But it's funny, right before this live stream, about 20 minutes before his live stream, somebody who watches my channel, who I've communicated with before, reached out and said they have This Is Elvis FTD if I'm interested. But I was busy. I was getting ready for this, so I have not checked back on his response. I let him know I was interested. But again, it all depends on what they're asking. If they're wanting 150, 200, I will probably at least pass for now, but we'll see. I need it. It's part of the collection. I gotta, it's one of that one is probably the highest priced one there is. That one's high priced. Tickle Me is another one that's ridiculously over the top. Although I bought that late last week. I had somebody had it. They had it for a ridiculously great price, and I jumped on it. Sealed, the whole works. So that's the thing. You gotta shop around, man. Just like when you're buying anything at a local store, you gotta shop around. Don't be afraid to reach out to somebody. If you see something that you want, do not be shy about reaching out, because the worst they can say is no. You know, eBay, I will say, one word of note, and then Amanda, I want to get back to your Prince from Another Planet question. I'm actually doing well. My mind's flowing well. Usually I get all jumbled and forget this stuff. But yeah, don't be afraid to reach out. Stefano, you have everything, Stefano? That's impressive. I don't think I've ever talked to anybody who's got every LP, every Stefano, if you have any duplicates of the LPs, let me know, brother. Or any of the CDs, let me know, man. I'll deal with you, man. And that's the thing. You just got to really, you really just got to do your research. You know, I get time at night. My wife usually will watch something on her phone, and she'll put her earbuds in, and we each get some quiet time after the girls are put to bed. I do some reading, but that's what I'll do. I'll go all over the place. And there's a lot of great sites. There's Elvis for Sale. That's Elvis, the number 4 sale.com. You got the Elvis Shop of London, which I really like. And there's a lot of great places. eBay, but eBay tends to be pretty expensive. So you got to kind of be careful and be selective with what you get. Elvis Nation, I will tell you, if you're referring to the FTD vinyls, is that what you're asking? But Amanda, back to your question. And then the third disc, like I said, it's got most of the press conference and not all of it. All right, Elvis Nation, I'll get right back with you. Appreciate your patience. It's got so then what they did is they took the afternoon show, which has Elvis in my favorite jumpsuit, the blue with the gold applique and the cape. Somebody recorded parts of that concert, and what they did is they took the afternoon audio and synced it perfectly with all the singing. So it looks like he's in concert. It's not the greatest, but it's not bad. It's really, really cool to see stuff you've never seen before. So there's some footage on that. I think of the hour concert, there's like 20 minutes of footage of him actually singing. And then it goes to a black screen and it plays the whole concert through. But it's a nice set. It includes probably about a 20, 25 page booklet. Look on eBay. And Amanda, if you're interested, I mean, you're welcome to do your own research. Check eBay. I can check some places for you if you'd like. And if you want to email me, any of you, if you want to email me, I always make my email known. It's Mark, M-A-R-K, .Kinsey, Kinsey, 50 at yahoo.com. So it's mark.kinsey50 at yahoo.com. Feel free. I get questions just from social media, Facebook, and my channel. I get a lot of email, a lot of questions, and I love it. I don't feel bothered by it. I get people, asking my opinion on stuff. So back to, I apologize. I'm getting a lot of, let me go back and I'll answer your question about, Elvis Nation. Thank you. So you were asking about the FTD vinyl. So there's good and bad. Good in that so Paul says, Prince from Another Planet is an incredible set. Why these shows were not filmed is beyond me. I agree. You have Elvis, his one and only appearance, 4 shows, one and only time he was at Madison Square Garden. Why in God's good name was that not recorded? At least one of those shows not recorded. I'll never figure. Paul, you're right on it, man. I have no idea why that was not done. Stupid move on Parker's fault. But it was all about money. Doesn't make sense. But so Elvis Nation. Yeah, so anybody who has the FTDs, and Stefano, since he has them all, will probably agree with this. I've felt this, and I've watched other reviews from other YouTube channels that have Elvis channels that have said this. They started out kind of weak. The early FTDs sounded a bit hollow, in my opinion. The boom in your face and the bass just wasn't quite there. One such release, which goes for sick money right now, Standing Room Only, which was the second release of the LPs in 2009. It does. It has like that hollowed out kind of, I don't know what it is. The mastering just wasn't quite where it was. But I will tell you, in the last probably 10 to 12 releases, it gradually started getting better. And even in the middle part, like from 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, all the way up till just a few years ago, you had to turn the volume up quite a bit to get that full punch. But I will tell you that probably their last 6 to 8 releases have been spot on. I'm talking the Girls, Girls, Girls. If you can get your hands on that, that is beautiful cover. Arguably my favorite cover of all the FTDs. It's that red cover with the alternate shot for the Girls, Girls, Girls photo session. Great sounding, just a fantastic release. So what's cool about it, it was the one and only release where they did the RCA UK label, the red spot. So very, very cool. I think it's the red spot. No, it's the silver spot. I take that back. It's the silver spot. But just a well-produced, well-mastered album. Sounds fantastic. A lot of alternate takes. The Kid Galahad that came out 4 or 5 months ago, that is also spectacular. Absolutely great release. The new It Happened at the World's Fair. I'm likely, in fact, not likely, I'm going to buy another copy of that and just keep it sealed. I opened mine and played it, but I'm going to open another one and tuck it away. It is so well done. The cover's well done. The vinyl sounds superb. Like I said, it just punches you right in the face. If you have a nice turntable and a decent setup, man, you will not be disappointed. Raised on Rock, a lot of people love that one. Raised on Rock's not one of my favorite ones, so I didn't appreciate it maybe as some of other ones have. That's a really good release. I'm trying to think what else it came out. So the Kiss and Cousins one was good. The Roustabout one that came out in, I want to say 2018 or 19, that's really mastered well. The full album. So a lot of the more recent ones are done really, really well, and I think you'll be very happy with it. So I gave you the good and the bad. There's another bad. I will tell you, if you're anybody who's late to the game, unless you make sick money, really good money, you're going to spend a lot of money getting these LPs because as many of you know, my wife and I were doing a lot of upgrades to the house. I wanted to get what I ended up getting was a nice 65-inch OLED TV that I really wanted. I love my technology. I'm kind of a snob that way with my technology. So I knew the only way I could get it is if I made a drastic, bold move. So I had every FTD LP in the set except for one, and I was actually in the process. I had made a payment. The guy was going to let me pay it in a couple of payments. I made the first payment, and we were doing some upgrades downstairs in my office and gym. And then we put a brand new deck. We tore down our old deck, put a brand new deck. So a lot of upgrades in the house. And then I wanted this TV to go towards that as well. So I sold off a little more than half of my collection. I sold off some of the really hard ones again. I sold my standing room only. I had many people say, Mark, you're gonna regret it. And I can't believe you're doing that. But I mean, sometimes you just gotta, at the end of the day, it's stuff and I can get it back. And maybe someday I'll try to get it back. What I'm hoping is, there's been talk about this. I'm indifferent on it. I don't know how I feel quite yet, but I've heard people say that maybe they'll do like a second pressing of the original FTDs. They do that, I'd be ecstatic, and I would get them all in a heartbeat. I think it would be great for people who have just decided to start collecting them, collecting Elvis vinyl in general, because they're done so well. The early, I want to say the first maybe 8 or 9 releases, the inside sleeves were on heavy stock, and there were like glossy photos of Elvis. The Elvis's back is an example. That was done so well. Of all the FTDs I sold, all honesty, not even Standing Room Only was a punch in the gut as much as this one. The one album that I kind of wish I would have held on to was the Elvis's back sessions. And I'm keeping my ears and eyes open. I'm hoping I can get it back. I think I will be able to get it back sometime in the near future. So Carrie David says, Mark, do you think that the MRS releases are as good as FTDs? I don't. I don't think there's a huge drop off with the MRS because I have a number of the MRS. I haven't been getting some of the newer ones that have recently come out. Yeah, Elvis Now. I've heard that one's a good one. I probably will. In fact, I know I will. I'll pick that up probably the next week. I'll probably get the clear vinyl edition of that one. I got the That's the Way It Is rehearsals. I do have that one. I got the 3 LP set that he did, where it's like the side profile. Elvis has his glasses on. I can't remember what that one's called, but they sound great. They're on 180 gram vinyl. You can either get it in a black vinyl or clear vinyl. The clear vinyl is advertised uh, through like Elvis clubs and things. But if you go to Elvis for Sale, Elvis Shop of London, any of those shops, they have both clear and black vinyl. And the clear vinyl is usually it's in pounds as far as the currency, so it's probably like the black vinyl might be 34.99 in pounds, whereas the clear vinyl might be 39.99 or $40. So there's the difference in price. Um, the thing is, though, the thing that I'm finding, and maybe all of you have run into this if you're buying overseas, it's gone way up. I I I've been buying some things overseas, and like shipping is like 35, 40 pounds. And when you convert that to dollars, you're talking $50 to ship it. I don't know. It's just the name of the game, the way things are going. But Amanda, just to kind of close it out, just to get back to you, if you want to, I don't mind doing it. Uh, I can try to see. I looked on. I think I looked on eBay because I had my copy is opened. Paul's saying you get a lot more money. Yeah, Paul, you are absolutely correct in that. Paul said that basically, as beautiful as the FTD LPs are, with the gatefolds and everything, the CDs are more practical because you get a lot more content. And that is true. That is, I completely agree. You get way more. For example, you take the Blue Hawaii FTD LP and the Blue Hawaii FTD 2 CD set that came out at the same time, you're going to get way more content with the CD set. And the CD set, they're really well done. It's got the gatefold. It's got every one of them have booklets. As far as the soundtracks, they have a booklet. The Blue Hawaii in particular has probably a 12 to 14 page booklet. A lot of great information about the recording sessions, Elvis arriving to Hawaii. Talks about how they had to set a curfew for the filming and the actresses because Elvis was up partying with them so all hours of the night. So the actresses were showing up bleary-eyed and tired. So Hal Wallace, the producer, made it a rule that if there's a curfew, you're in bed by whatever time. And it was fairly early for that, so I found that story humorous. But that FTD set in particular, the Blue White, is fantastic. So if you can't get the vinyl, don't fret because I'm telling you, the FTD CDs are. And I think that's why I'm getting so aggressive as far as my buying and obtaining them because I will tell you, I would probably the majority of them are very, very well made. A lot of there's a couple, but the majority of the soundboards sound fantastic. Um, there's a few. There's one called it came out in '99 or 2000. I think it's called Elvis in no, not Elvis in Tucson. But it's a 1976 concert. George, hey George. George says he prefers the CDs. Yeah, a lot of people because they're cheap and they're a cheaper option. There's so many more to collect, but the FTD CD sets are wonderful. I'm just going back to the lot because they disappear. The your comments disappear so quick. Kerry David, I agree. I think the VPI, and if you go back and watch videos in my library, I've done a few videos and reviews on the VPI releases. I think they're fantastic. Alternate photos on the cover, 180 gram colored vinyl. Alternate takes. The sleeves, I think, I was a little disappointed. The sleeves are very flimsy, but usually the inner sleeve is like a thick stock sleeve too. So it's all written in French. They're cool. And now they're releasing the CDs. I'm just getting my first CD. I bought the VPI CD. I think I got something for everybody. Great track selection. And again, like the FTDs, the CDs of the VPIs have a lot more content. It's almost like getting a bonus album in the CD. It's one CD, but they fit, I don't know, probably 30, 35 songs on it. Nah, probably not 35. I'd say 28 to 30 songs on it. Whereas the vinyl edition only comes with 12. So you're getting more than double of the songs. And it's a lot of alternate takes from other albums. It's not even something for everybody. So there's a great song selection, stuff from, I think, Kid Galahad, Follow That Dream. So I picked it up. So we'll probably go another 10 minutes. I'm actually, just to let you all know, I'm actually, for those coming on late, um, my nephew was not feeling well, so he's staying with me this afternoon. So I got to kind of have my own work area, my own space. I like to be around my own environment. I intended the show to talk about Elvis, to maybe put some records on the turntable, maybe even take, if you had a request, anyone to hear something, answer questions, show you some vinyl, and so forth. And I just couldn't do that. Nothing with him; he's a good kid, but I just like to be in my own area. So I'm going to actually do this. Hopefully, I'll advertise it on my channel, but I'm hoping to do it again tomorrow at 12, where I'll be in my own area. Speaking of which, I told you, as promised, I got this. I don't know what's inside. This is packaged. It happened at the World's Fair. You can see that the black label. Here's the back. It's kind of torn at the bottom here. But I'm going to open this. Looks like it's partially open. I'm going to open this. I have no idea what the vinyl is inside. I'm guessing I've had this probably for well over a year. I was going through some stuff. I was switching out some vinyl from up here to downstairs, and I came across this. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to open it and see. I'm guessing it's on green vinyl, but I have no idea. So let's rip a little bit down here. So all I'm going to do is, so that's how it's packaged. It's not like regular. It's like one of those weird sleeves. So let's take a look. It's kind of, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of like a real glossy cover. A little damage down here. I don't know if you can see it. A little bit of damage down here. A little bit of a bend. No big deal. Kind of a flimsy. Green? No. Huh. It's orange. I thought it would be the green. So it is on a orange label, and I'll show this to you. It says, actually at the top you can see it says Face 1 stereo. So this is the stereo. I thought I saw like a mark on this, but maybe it's just the lighting. So there's Face 1. And then here is Face 2, or side 2. I really thought this was going to be the green label, but no, it surprised me a little bit. It is the orange RCA Victor. And it's not flimsy. It's pretty solid. It's got some pretty sharp edges, but it's not warped at all. Like I said, I had this, can't remember where I bought it. That's the thing, I buy so much. But I've had it for probably well over a year. Maybe, Paul said it looks French. It might be French, Paul. Let me see if I can read it on the, it is French. Paul, you're a good man. You know your stuff, because the only reason I know is the Face 1. That was kind of the giveaway. And it says, El utilisation disque, disque. That's another giveaway, because that's how they say it in French. So yeah, that's exactly what this is. I thought it was a UK pressing. It is in fact a French pressing on orange vinyl. Like I said, it's got a little bit of weight to it. It's not 180 grand. I'd probably guess, Paul, you can chime in, I'd probably guess it's late 70s, maybe even post-death. I don't know. But you can see you get this a lot with these flimsy little weak covers, but not bad. It's kind of got like that matte, like that glossy. You know how some of the UK pressings, like it's got like that coating. I don't know if you can see it. You can't really see it in this light, but all you see is the ring. It's kind of got the glossy like finish. You know how some of the old UK pressings on the covers, the album covers, it lifts a little bit. Looks like that's what this just got the potential effect. I'm seeing more and more dings. There's like I don't know if you can see, there's kind of a wrinkle there. I didn't pay very much for this, maybe 10, 15 bucks. Like I said, about a year and a half ago. I just thought it'd be cool to open that. I'm not going to keep this. Got a tear at the bottom. It was pretty easy to get off. So, so yeah, my first live seal to reveal on a live stream. Let's see what else is going on. I hope I didn't forget any of your questions. So yeah, that's pretty much been it for me. I have not been buying really much. I've been buying regular vinyl from other artists. I just finished off my Led Zeppelin discography in vinyl. Got finished that. A lot of other artists I've been buying. But vinyl, like I said, Walmart vinyl here in America, for those overseas, I don't think you have them there, but Walmart is They have their own line of vinyl, usually colored vinyl. Very good quality, very high quality stuff. Most of their stuff I've been very, very happy with. Got some of their Van Halen releases. What's cool with the Van Halen and Led Zeppelin is they have a replica backstage pass in them for that particular tour. So very cool for the year the album came out and when they were touring for Led Zeppelin and Van Halen. I had like a cool backstage replica inside, packed inside the album. So kind of a little cool freebie there. Um, I wish Walmart would release more Elvis. The only Elvis release that they have is Elvis's Gold Records, the first one from 1958, 58, yeah, no, 57. Somebody could correct me on that. See, I don't know everything. I'm far from it. I'm learning everything new. I have this channel. I have a crap of vinyl, but I still make mistakes all the time, and I depend on a lot of you to right the ship, so to speak, when I say something incorrectly. Don't Will never claim to be an expert of Elvis ever. Even when I learn more, you can always learn, no matter how much you know. And I feel this way about anything in life. As much as you think you know about something, you can always there's always room for growth. There's always room to learn about something new. Um, so yeah, be wrapping this up here in just a few minutes. But yeah, so I will be back on. I will advertise and put a post on my channel probably later this afternoon, early evening. I'll do this again tomorrow, but I'll be, hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, I'll be downstairs in my normal place where I record my videos. And, I said I can put on a couple things. Hoping to even shoot a regular video. It's been like I said, just trying to get back into the flow of school and everything. I was on. Carrie Davis says, Carrie, I'm sorry. These comments, that's my only gripe. There's probably a way to do it in settings where you can keep the chats up, but then it blocks you guys. I was on another channel that album prices are going up next month on all the big labels. It wouldn't surprise me, Carrie. Would not surprise me at all. Everything is going up, even newer vinyl that is coming out or represses from years ago that are on 180 gram. They're going up. They're going up and up and up. And again, when I buy non-Elvis vinyl, I wait for sales. I wait for prices to drop. I usually don't pay top dollar for anything unless it's something that I really, really have to have, or it's extremely rare and it's just too good to pass up. But I'd say almost 99% of everything I buy, I'll reach out to the seller. I'll try to make, and again, I want it to be equitable for both the seller and myself. I want a good deal. I want the best possible price. I want the best possible quality product. But I'm also, because some people, sometimes you almost gotta laugh. Sometimes I see these prices on eBay, and the funniest one I saw in recent memory, probably about a year ago, somebody had a Pickwick Flaming Star album. Now, as you all know, Pickwicks are a dime a dozen. They pressed about 8 billion of these things. Of course, those are the Camden labels. Pickwick was sold the rights for a few years, and then when Elvis passed away, RCA saw a good opportunity to cash in because Elvis's vinyl sales and music sales skyrocketed because of his passing. So RCA wanted their product back, so they bought back their rights just after, I think, 3 years. I think Pickwick was 75 through 77, 75, 76, and 77. But Pickwick, like I said, they weren't really well made. Pickwick it's like they went down a notch. And they were just a dime a dozen. That's about the best way to describe it. There were a dime a dozen, and there were just so many out there. But somebody on eBay had it. This is about a year ago, I'd say. Somebody had a Pickwick Flaming Star, and they're like, sealed, a Pickwick Flaming Star. They didn't say Pickwick. They said, Flaming Star from 1968, 69. I'm like, oh wow, it's interesting to know, Paul. He says here in the UK, vinyl sales overtook CD sales. Yeah, it's kind of been going that way. In fact, the Best Buys here in the United States about 4 or 5 years ago, they stopped selling CDs altogether. They don't even sell; they sell strictly vinyl. But anyway, this person with the Pickwick Flaming Star, I think they were asking 150 for it, and you could probably buy a brand new sealed Pickwick Flaming Star for at most $15. Like they're just there's a million of them out there. So yeah, tomorrow we'll talk about everything. Let me know in the comments after this. Like I said, email me, mark.kinsey50@yahoo.com if you have any questions. Want to see certain things on my channel. I'm open to anything. I want to keep you entertained. I want to give you good information, good content. That's what it's all about. This channel's for you. Mark's Elvis for Everyone channel. This is for you guys. I don't do this for me. Um, I just enjoy doing it. Sometimes I wish I had more time to do some of the things that I'd like to do, but I'm trying to carve out more time and set time aside. Sometimes even late at night when everybody in the house is asleep, I'll go downstairs if I feel creative and shoot a quick video. I will probably at some point do that tonight to put up a new video tomorrow. Um, but yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you. I always enjoy these. I really like the live streams. This is the first one I've done probably in 3 or 4 weeks. I did do a live stream with David from Elvis Presley in Japan. I did that about 2 weeks ago, right a couple days before Christmas. It was our annual Christmas special, and Dave's a great guy. I really enjoy it. I've actually bought a couple albums from him, some Japanese pressings. He's extremely knowledgeable. Check his channel out. It's Elvis Presley in Japan. He actually resides in Japan. He does a lot of his shopping there. He's got I thought I had a lot of albums. He's got me beat by a long shot, and he's just so. I mean, he's on top of it. You talk about somebody who knows a lot, especially about Japanese pressings. David is your guy. He's just a wealth of knowledge. So yeah, I thank each and every one of you for tuning in. If you're around, like I said, I'll advertise it. Come back tomorrow. It's at noon, 12 Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time. I'll be here. I'll hopefully, like I said, be back in my regular spot, and we'll talk Elvis and play some Elvis. So, like I said, don't be shy. Feel free to reach out, comment below, email, and thank you, George. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you, as always. I couldn't do this. Sorry, a little pop up. I couldn't do this without you. And when I say that, I'm being very sincere. I don't say that with any amount of um, I don't take it lightly. I just hit 3,700 subscribers, 3,720 subscribers. I never in my wildest dreams thought my channel would grow as quickly as it has, and I'm very, very grateful. I don't take it for granted for a single second. So I'll talk to you all tomorrow, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Be safe, and I'll see you real soon. Have a good one.